To catch someone also means to think alike, like them too. In pursuit of the chase, like cat and mouse to hunt a killer, a criminal, a terrorist, or an agent of the same stature as yours, but from the opposite side.
People out here, it's like they don't even know the outside world exists.
Also, it somehow leads to becoming them in order to beat them. Espionage is the greatest means to understand your opponent's mind. Understanding the research done on your enemy and making theories about it, just like a detective would for sleuthing.
That is hooey.
What do you do when the guy on the other side is smarter than you? Do you whip out your fancy gadget that has a laser in it, or use your deduction skills to figure out the password from the residue of the coffee spill?
You've been away most of the day. The soot on your dress attests that you went by train to Portsmouth.
Walk around today. Do you have a single name that you can actually call out to mention that this release has surpassed all the expectations of what it takes to be a thrilling espionage? Unless you count Fast and the Furious, having Mr. Nobody being a clandestine agent and Shaw as an ex-MI6 operative.
And where are you going?
I want to dig some graves.
I hardly think there's much to go around. I understand that it's not the Cold War anymore, and interestingly enough, the writers, be it Le Carré or Fleming,
agent. I didn't even know what it meant to be at the top of the American bestseller list.
tell us that you need to live in a certain era to inherently understand what it takes to be a spy. We also understand that being a detective is not the same as being a spy, and yet there's a certain connection in the sleuthing realm too.
This is the Zodiac speaking.
This is the Riddler speaking.
If there to be a broad mass level categorization of espionage, or even if there isn't, I'd still put him in a dichotomy. One where a spy walks into a room with the flamboyance of a Tom Ford tuxedo making everyone stare, and other who, when walked into a room, no one can notice because he's invisible. And that's the point.
You know, if I didn't know him better, I'd say the two of you were gay.
Fleming made a world of espionage where spies are fashion icons, while Le Carré's work is the spycraft that I crave for.
Don't tell me you're a bloody communist.
Yes.
Where the agent is stuck in a fluorescent lit government office, shuffling through pages with analytical reports, drowning in paperwork, watching the world collapse through briefings, as the political chaos is also breathing down his neck from the top office to shut down this investigation.
This meeting is not taking place, is that clear? Perfectly, Miss.
I do not want the protagonist to be in a sharp, crisp suit, but in wrinkled shirt from 2 days ago. His underarms have become damp from sweat stains. His eyes are corroded into deep black, not from sleepless nights, but because sleep has simply stopped looking for him.
Now, what do you mean exactly, these visions you mentioned?
Detectives in this video will work together in the same domain as spies do. They do differ in their job in aspect of catching a serial killer versus a terrorist cell with a suicide bomber, but their core principle as the protagonist has the same:
Let's invite Benoit freaking Blanc.
to catch the guy.
And
Yes, I do point out that espionage has more political power tied into it, whereas a detective, as private as they are, they work like a rogue operative against the state. If the police are not cooperative,
Night in his apartment, and now they're gonna kill you.
but then again, a spy also leads down to the same path anyway, eventually. Working as a rogue agent if his agency is not cooperating. And you can see various ways a spy and a detective have similar modus operandi. Just like Bond has been glamorized as the hotshot in the room, I wouldn't hesitate to say that Sherlock receives the same treatment as him in the room.
Dr. Babs.
The guy, the smartest guy, knows all, does all. While a le Carré spy world is more mature, more grounded. It's not fancy, it's not a show-off. No cars costing more than the entire surveillance budget, or women hotter than an entire catalogue of Maxim Hot 100.
Are you here for a reason? Or are you just hoping for a glimmer?
Espionage has taken the biggest hit among the commercialization of spycraft in cinema. And the reason le Carré works feels more authentic because, yes, he is indeed more authentic than Fleming.
I fitted perfectly.
No, I do not mean to besmirch Ian's legacy in service. Ian Fleming, not a field spy, wrote ideas about the Bond world from his days as a commander in the Naval Intelligence Division.
Well, I must say, of course, I'm a certain age, so that the whole thing's rather stale news to me, but...
Which you often see mentioned in the movies too.
And what rank do you hold with the motor vehicles department, Mr. Bond?
Commander.
However, le Carré, an actual spy, worked for MI5.
Invent a secret world and fill my own people with it.
Was posted in Germany during the Cold War while being transferred to MI6.
Well, every young writer on the cusp of success makes a fool of himself.
And now you see it. You see why both of their works have this distinction. Why Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy feels like you are actually living the days of the Cold War, even if you see it today. Meanwhile, Fleming's spy world has a much stronger influence over the entire Hollywood industry, something I'd call bastardization of spycraft across cinema. Yes, the James Bond style spawned so many spoofs, or say even original movies, where spies are nothing but custom-tailored, three-piece wearing McLaren driving maniacs. The espionage genre thus became the easiest target to exploit, where the usual idea is dress it up, sexualize it, have a Russian accent villain, and there you have a spy film.
Time to dance on your grave.
Of course, he jumps from a plane without a parachute, because why not? And if planes, cars, and bikinis were not enough, Espionage went into summer blockbuster validations of Tom Cruise's fast legs. It's okay, fine, I like Mission Impossible. Everyone does. But it also irks me, where did Jack Ryan go? Yes, remember that? Harrison Ford, when he wasn't wasted in the latest Indiana, or when Alec Baldwin wasn't. Yeah, I love that political tension and the analytical aspect of The Spy. Tom Clancy, a pioneer.
Finally, he finds a public phone, drops his Kopek, calls into headquarters and says, "Look guys, something really bad is going down."
A true pioneer of something I'd call techno-thriller spycraft. As much the spy world has taken the glamour a lot, something stuck the sleuths too.
23. It rules my world.
There's a certain similarity in how a hotshot detective with his long coat and perfect stubble would always know the killer's identity from the leftover smell of a cigarette at the crime scene.
2 bodies, both dead, naked. 1 man, 1 woman. In the bed. 2 scented candles by the nightstand. How did you...
Just like Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, a detective also needs to possess a similar rounded personality to feel authentic.
Talk some sense into you. I probably would have had to paste you up.
This, I know it all, is just too much and totally ruins a good detective show for me.
Statistically speaking, average person tells 3 lies per 10 minutes conversation. And granted,
the way Bond had its footprint all over the espionage saga to be more fashionable, similarly, Sherlock failed the same power to influence the entire gumshoe narrative too. Whether private or working for the police, a detective should be as worn out as characters in Tinker Tailor.
Said everything the circus thinks is gold is shit, made in Moscow.
A bloodhound, drawing maps, decoding ciphers, reading letters from the killer, and in the pursuit, he becomes him. The detective shouldn't be sexy. He should be broken, worn out, a complete psycho himself, writing all over his room for clues, a paranoid himself about what's that one single information he missed.
Sometimes it sets my teeth on edge.
His family tries to connect with him, but he's isolated. His wife tries to console him. He should be with us. It's our son's birthday. But even at the party where everyone is celebrating, he can't forget the interview he had this morning from his visit to prison.
She said for 7 years, she said, "I haven't had sex with a man because of you, my murderous son."
I beheaded that woman and had oral sex with her severed head.
The only way I could have those girls was to kill them.
Yes, that's what the guy said during interrogation. How can he go back to his family cutting a cake for his son's birthday?
Can carry 80 smart bombs. Means they never miss.
I also like how most of the detectives are also shown to be lonely. It shows that this work isn't meant for everyone else. To see things like that at your work, the amount of rape for a biblical revenge, the amount of murder for a boasting killer sending you ciphers to show off, it haunts you. It haunts you back home. And if you miss any one of them, you lose a case. The guilt empties all the consciousness of a human you had left in you.
Did you come here for sex?
Your colleagues try to talk you out of it. let it go. We have thousands of cases like this, 1,000 killers to catch. Let that go. But you just, it's in your blood. The case is in your blood.
Tell me the name of that kid, Chad. I'm gonna count to 3. 1.
You become old, thinking every second, every moment, what did you miss? What detail you overlooked? What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? You keep chanting to yourself, knowing it was you. You alone, yourself, responsible for the case where the killer got away.
Don't talk to anybody anymore. Shut it.
You were in charge. It's on you. All the innocent lives lost because you were incompetent to catch the perpetrator.
Police, shut up!
Now, that's the detective I want. Not some...
Look, you'd think that someone that's dedicated their life to fine art would want to save a masterpiece from burning up, wouldn't you? Unless you already knew it was just another fake.
And while discussing spies and detectives, I somehow cannot separate the role of a journalist in the same narrative too. Of course, they aren't trained in how to catch a killer like a spy or detective is, but somehow they find themselves in the same web of a murder with a cat and mouse game too. They do sometimes coordinate with the police or detectives to work as a team to hunt down the suspect, or they just go all alone. I know Zodiac is coming to your mind right now, and yes, you are right to think about it, but I can't help but remember A Girl with a Dragon Tattoo.
Okay. I'm not finished.
All right. A favorite of mine, Mikhail Blomkvist, by Stieg Larsson.
Is this about Harriet Wange?
You're too young to know about that.
Everyone here grows up knowing about her.
Now, where you go with the original or the Fincher remake, you know what? I'll just say it. Fincher did it better than the original. There, now, moving on. It's remarkable how much of a resemblance there is between a journalist collecting clues just like a private detective would. If you think of it, journalists or reporters from a news agency or a magazine editorial is also a true detective too.
You want to live, don't you? Well, this is your passport. How long have you been having these headaches?
Since I killed a kid.
Of course, they don't have the same privileges as a police detective, yet, with their own media swag, they aren't less of a spy or a hard-boiled sleuth themselves.
That's how we're taught about strangers.
And Daniel Craig, remarkably this way or that, did it all.
Rid of them, far out of sea. Like my father.
He has played a Mossad operative in Munich, foreshadowing his British intelligence hire.
Yes. Considerably.
And then played a truth uncovering reporter too, against Lisbeth Salander.
They're all biblical.
And then, finally, went on playing a private detective with a sudden role.
Now, who wants to go first?
It's a spin on Pyro, if you know him from Kenneth Branagh's portrayal.
My name is Hercule Poirot, and I'm probably the greatest detective in the world.
Another Agatha's Chronicle.
10 little soldier boys went out to dine.
Which I find something that she was just playing catch-up to be in the same race with Conan's Holmes. Apart from the sartorial flair and the occasional flirt at the bar, something else also spawned. Yes, a standalone series unlike others. Neither a black tie casino mission nor a mole in the agency, it follows the arc of a rogue agent, but done more seriously than Mission Impossible. Argo, maybe you won't consider that espionage, but I'd still put it in the same league as a political espionage with the kick of a drama thriller. These films are a standalone masterpiece that didn't need any form of prop to make them stand. Nothing came before like that. Nothing came after like that. Interesting how years later, still, no one could pull off what Paul Greengrass did to hand-to-hand combat in the industry. Of course, Mr. Wick is there. Still, nothing matches the authenticity of handheld shaky cameras that meet the Bourne world. I do not think there is anything left to watch now in the espionage world anymore. The last Bond was bad. No one's gonna top Benedict anymore. He did Tinker, he did Sherlock, and he played Turing too. Yes, I'd put the Imitation Game in the same regard as mentioned in this video.
Machine.
Nancy Drew was too cute, starring Emma Roberts, and of all the Jacks, yes, Bauer, I haven't forgotten you.
I know why you want me dead, Mr. Bauer.
Want you dead, Senator? I don't know what you're talking about.
I haven't forgotten you. You'll always be my point man.
I am not messing with you. You are gonna tell me what is happening at 8 o'clock!
I literally have my phone ringtone set to CTU's signature. Spy, a detective, a journalist, an analyst, or a private eye in a trench coat. To me, they're all the same creatures. A lonely mind chasing darkness nobody else could see. You can even call them monster hunters, witch hunters, a person who walked too far and couldn't find his way back. So they keep walking, day after day, case after case, mission after mission. Because it's my job. I have to do it. It ain't about honor, not the glory. Heck, it's not the justice even. I know protagonists are supposed to be righteous, but even if you remove that, what actually makes them move is the compulsion to do their duty. I have a job and I have to do it. It's my job to catch the perpetrator, that's all I know. There is no day. I do not know any night. I have a job and I have to finish this. This is my case and I have to solve it. So it doesn't matter if they are in a fog-soaked London alley right now, a CI archive room at 3 a.m. shuffling through intel, or a man in a long coat stares into a coffee until it's cold. Because it's my job, and I have to do it alone.